What is going on, beautiful people? My name is Anthony Walker. This is another installment of the Wrestling Matters podcast. Yes, the new and improved Wrestling Matters podcast. Okay, big thank you for the previous 3 videos. The Money in the Bank review, the comeback show, and last episode I did. Thank you for the views on that one. Didn't get quite as good views on the YouTube than it did on the Facebook, but I don't care. Okay, the fact is you checked it out and I appreciate it very much. I like to say this is a rebuilding block for me. I'm getting back in the saddle. Today's show, we're going to talk about Moxley's little tirade on Talk is Jericho. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm going to do it nonetheless. Raw, SmackDown, the god-awful 24/7 title, and NXT Takeover as well. So all of that is to come today. Plus a few other things here and there as well, if we can fit it in. But let's just get on with it. I want to get it out the way, because I'm embarrassed to even talk about it, quite frankly, because it sucks. Raw and SmackDown. Excuse the cough. I'll just get on with it right now and get it over with, because quite frankly, like I said to you in previous videos and previous times, guys, watching Raw and watching SmackDown is like losing brain cells. It really is. Specifically Raw. If I had to choose out of one of the brands, it would definitely be SmackDown I'd watch, because at least that's 2 hours. But both of them at this moment in time are hunting migraines. They are, the walking migraines. So, with that being said, let's just have a look at the results, if you can call them results. It's all building in, ladies and gentlemen. It's all building in to what happened.
There is no doubt in my mind that right now...
It's not what happened. I mean, it's all building into this coming Friday, which is Super Showdown. So, the Super Showdown pay-per-view, which will be in Saudi. So, it's all building in towards that. So, whatever happens now, and it's going to happen this coming week as well, whatever happens. Brock Lesnar confronted the Universal Champion and WWE Champion to kick the show off. And then he comes back out later on. Well, Seth Rollins got frustrated with Lesnar because he wanted to cash in right there and then. But Brock Lesnar was dawdling with the Money in the Bank briefcase, using it as a boombox. And apparently that's got over for some reason. So Seth Rollins walked away, and then Kofi, and then they all walked back. And then Lesnar came back out later on in the evening and was confronted by the Universal Champion, only for Paul Heyman to read out, if you will, the contract, the rules of the Money in the Bank contract, that you can hold it for 1 year. And he was meant to cash in tonight, on that night. But as soon as Lesnar heard Heyman reading out the contract, he was like, and he was clouting him with it, and as well they got into a little bit of an argument. Basically, WWE made Brock Lesnar think or look stupid, whether that's the case or not, that he didn't know about the 1 year hold thing. That you hold the Money in the Bank briefcase for 1 year up until next year's, or after Money in the Bank next year. You've got a whole year to decide what you want to do with it. Apparently, Brock Lesnar didn't know that. Go figure. And then you've got all of that happened on Raw, and then you've got Stephanie McMahon on Twitter saying that they're going to take action because they felt they're in their committee, whatever the hell she's working with, felt that that Brock Lesnar disrespected the Money in the Bank briefcase, the contract, and was disrespectful to WWE for not fulfilling the promise that he was going to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. That's all I got to say about that. Give me a break. Yes, it's a storyline, but God, Jesus Christ. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, WWE is messing up and is going down the pike straight away. And I believe I just read something there. The only reason they're doing this is because they've got no creative aspect. They've got no creative for Brock Lesnar, or no creative storylines for anything. That's why they're doing this. And like I just said, me banging my head on the table is pretty much me summing up that whole situation. Speaking of the whole situation, how about the 24/7 title? Because on Raw last week, Truth was chased again and still managed to get out there by the skin of his teeth. And I don't know what happened on SmackDown. We'll get to SmackDown. As a matter of fact, I'll put SmackDown up here now. Just bear with me. But it leads to what I want to say over the week, for what I saw over the weekend. Just let me check these ones here. Anything for the... Oh, yes. Yes. He got out by the skin of his teeth on Raw with the title. And then on SmackDown, the 24/7 title... The 24/7 title competition interrupted by Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. And apparently, in amongst of all that, ladies and gentlemen, Elias became 24/7 champion. Only to the end of the night on SmackDown, where it was a tag team main event, Roman Reigns, again in the main event, and R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre and Elias. And that pretty much turned into R-Truth getting his 24/7 title back, thanks to Roman. Am I the only one that thinks this is a joke? I know I'm not. I've seen all the comments on the internet and everything. I know I'm not. This 24/7 thing is a joke. And you don't want to know why it's a joke? A video came out over the weekend. R-Truth and Carmella playing golf. Jinder Mahal attacks them. Gets the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. He's the 24/7 champion. Carmella distracts him. Next minute, R-Truth gets the belt back. It's fucking ridiculous now. This 24/7 title has only been around, I don't know, a month, 3 weeks max. And it's fucking ridiculous. It's ludicrously stupid. It really is. I am sick and tired of it already. And that, getting attacked at a golf club when they're playing golf, for Pete's sake, that just sums it up. Sums up what I think of the 24/7 title. A complete fucking joke. Unfucking believable. Oh my days, I tell you. See if there's any positives in this one. Shane McMahon defeats a relative of Roman. He was a relative of Roman Reigns. And then Roman comes out and he's pissed. All leading to the Saudi show this coming Friday. Ziggler brawls with Xavier Woods and addressed the WWE champion. The Lesnar situation we've already discussed. Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross defeat the World Tag Team Champions Iconics. Becky Lynch, Nikki Cross, Women's Tag Team Champions. Ricochet defeats Cesaro. I don't mind that match. That match was actually pretty good. I wonder if they're doing what they did with Sami Zayn in NXT with Ricochet. Cesaro. This feud building up. Are they trying to do what they did with Sami Zayn in NXT with Cesaro? I hope so. Because Cesaro did a great job putting Sami Zayn over in NXT. I wonder if he'll do the same with... I wonder if they're going to do the same with Ricochet. Apparently, Rey Mysterio will surrender the US title next week. All the controversy surrounding that. I doubt that very much, but something's going down next week. Baron Corbin, of all people, defeats Braun Strowman, Miz, Bobby Lashley to earn a Universal title. shot at Seth Rollins at Super Showdown. I don't think that's going to take place, and I'll tell you why in a second. Bray Wyatt played Limbo in his Firefly Funhouse. That fucking intro is something else. It really is. Oh my god, that intro is like literally something else. It's. Hang on, let me just get this intro up if I can. All right. Really glad that you're. I'll put it up for you right now if I can. Hang on, let me just check something. All right. Let's have a listen to this. I won't play the whole thing. I'll just play the audio. Let's watch this. Let's listen to this.
Really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Let me play that again.
Really glad that you're our friend, and this is a friendship that'll never ever end.
Jesus Christ, that intro is something else. It really is. But I will say this: the Firefly segments just get weirder and weirder and weirder and weirder. What the hell are they going to do with him? That's what I want to know. Is he going to wrestle? Or is that his new gig right now? Just doing that? I don't think he'll be doing any wrestling any soon at the moment, because he's probably playing dad to JoJo, because he's now a father. So, who knows? Sami Zayn was the first guest in the electric chair. He's getting questions left and right, and he even mentioned AEW, and then Rollins came out and beat him, because he said, I think Rollins was just looking for a fight, and Sami Zayn just came out and said, you know what, I've had enough of this. Boom, 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 here we go. So that was Raw. Flat as a pancake. That's all you can say. Now the SmackDown, I'll do the rest of SmackDown. Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens had a verbal spar ahead of their match. Kingston beats Owens again. Heavy Machinery got on Daniel Bryan and Rowan's radar. Mandy Rose beat Carmella. That feud's going to continue, I know. I already talked about the 24/7, and Bayley defeated Lacey Evans, even though she attacked Charlotte after the match, because apparently, from what I saw, Charlotte cost Lacey Evans the match, inadvertently, but she did. And Bayley outsmarted both of them. And the somewhat alliance that Corey Graves was jerking off over between the Queen and the, whatever the fuck she's called, Lacey Evans, apparently is over. Because apparently Lacey didn't take too kindly for Charlotte costing her the match. However, Charlotte stood her ground. And then we've already discussed the match with Roman Reigns and that. The less said about that, the better. Also, this week on Raw and SmackDown, coming up this week on Raw and SmackDown, in fact, Undertaker's going to be on Raw, and for the first time ever, Goldberg's heading to SmackDown. And you know what that's going to be about? Building up to Friday. It's all going to be building up to Friday. Obviously, they're going to have something to say. I don't know why both of them can't be on the shows. Both shows. Have Goldberg confront Taker on Raw, and then have Taker confront Goldberg on SmackDown. You know? It's simple. Hopefully they will do that. I doubt it, but hopefully they will do that. Hopefully. Key word there. Hopefully. But it would make more sense to do that. At least it'll give them a little spice for Friday. Because, as we all know, Super Showdown main event on Friday is Goldberg and Undertaker. 1-on-1. So, let's have a look if I can find it. Apparently it's not up here. There we go. June 1st. There we go. Right. NXT Takeover. Top to bottom, even though there was 1, 2, 3, 4, there was 5 matches on the card, but top to bottom, it has always delivered. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, that the only thing that's keeping WWE afloat at the moment, at the float, the only thing that's keeping it afloat at the moment is NXT. NXT is the number 1 brand in the company. Fuck Raw, fuck SmackDown, it's all about NXT. Don't get me started on the other brands, because nobody really cares about them. I don't really care about them. I check them out, but I don't really care about the 205. Nothing captivates me to watch 205 live, so what the fuck. I saw this, I missed a little bit because I was working the weekend, but I saw it again, and it was top to bottom good, really good. Perfect way to kick off. Hard-hitting match between Riddle and Roderick Strong, which saw Matt Riddle get the victory. I was a little surprised at that, but then I thought about it. I think that was Riddle's way of getting revenge on Strong, because when it seemed that the Undisputed Era were falling out in respects of Strong and Cole, while Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish were cutting a promo, Strong attacked Riddle and then came in and says the Matt Riddle problem is over. Go back and watch the episode on that one. So I guess that was the way, but it was a hard-hitting match, top to bottom. Perfect way to kick off the show. Perfect way to kick off any show, quite frankly. And Matt Riddle got the best of him. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, everybody was pulling for the Undisputed Era that I saw. Everybody wanted the Undisputed Era to become 3-time Tag Team Champions. That wasn't the case. And I'm kind of glad that the Street Profits won it, because the Street Profits, former Evolved Tag Team Champions, as well. I think it was good for them to get the belts and see where they go with it, to be honest with you. I've got a funny feeling they'll end up losing to Undisputed Era at some point. But let's give them a run and see what they go with it. So I was happy with that. I was happy the way that ended. Would I have been disappointed if the Undisputed Era won? Probably not. Probably not. But it is nice to see a fresh team get the belts. It's always been Undisputed Era, Raw, Raymond and Rowe, Hanson and Rowe, and the other ones as well. It's never been like a team like a Street Profits. And Street Profits, like I say, are former Evolved Tag Team Champions. So it's nice to see that getting in there. In what was a good match, but not the best match of the night, North American Championship, Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze. Great match, top to bottom. Not the best one of the night. I would probably say if I had to put a top 5 of the matches tonight, I would probably go with this one being number 5, if I'm being honest with you. Nothing. There was good things in the match, but nothing really wowed me like the other matches did. But Velveteen Dream still retains after Tyler Breeze made one mistake, and then Velveteen Dream capitalized with the roll through DVD that he does, the Velveteen Driver, whatever it is called, and then the elbow off the top, which saw him get the victory. Shayna Baszler still, Leo Shari still, Shayna Baszler still rules the women's division. Shari got a cover on her, but she gave her neck to Shayna Baszler, and then Baszler, when she kicked out of the cover, grabbed her in that chokehold that she does, and it was done from that point on. But Shari came back when she came out and helped Candice LeRae on NXT and started whacking the crap out of the horsewomen. And I say that because there's only 4 of them, and one of them's on the main roster out at the moment, and 3 of them are on NXT. She came out and literally after the match got revenge a little bit. Hit Shayna with a moonsault carrying the chair and driving the chair into her gut, and again whacked the crap out of Shayna Baszler with that cane. So I don't think this match is going to end. Who do I see dethroning Shayna? It's either going to be Shirai or Candice LeRae. I've got a funny feeling, though, it's going to be Candice LeRae. Got a funny feeling. It's going to be that. But I've got a funny feeling it's Candice LeRae. But we'll see. Adam Cole is the new NXT champion. Now, it's 50-50 with this one, because it was a great match. They picked up where they left off from the New York match, the 2 out of 3 falls. And Adam Cole won the belt. But what is the thing with Johnny Gargano, is what I want to know. Couldn't they... I felt that Gargano should have had a long title run. If they were going to give Cole the title, fine. Make him earn it, Make him chase it a couple of months. Because Gargano won the North American title, lost it in his first defense to Velveteen Dream. He wins in a 2 out of 3 fall classic with Adam Cole and becomes the NXT champion. His first defense, Adam Cole, he loses. Makes no sense. Makes no sense to me, that. But it is what it is. I have no problem with Adam Cole being the champion. It's about time the Undisputed Era started showing their dominance, or were allowed to show their dominance on the brand. To be honest with you, now that Adam Cole is the champion, I think Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish will be tag team champions again. And to be honest with you, I think Roderick Strong should go for the American title, the North American title. If I was Triple H right now, I would find a way to give them all the belts, like the Horsemen back in the day. Give them all the belts on the roster and be dominant that way. That's what they should do. I mean, it's about time they did it. At least once. At least once. But we'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But at the moment right now, Adam Cole's the champion and NXT Takeover 5-star show. And yes, all the questions started asking, didn't they? Who was better, NXT or AEW? I'll give an answer to that right now. Who the fuck cares? Who the fuck cares, quite frankly? Because to be honest with you, both shows were phenomenal. Right, now that that's over and done with. Thank God. Like I said, the only thing that's saving me, or not saving me in a way from watching WWE, is NXT. Because the main roster... the main roster is literally absolutely diabolical. It really is. Absolutely diabolical. I can't watch the main roster at all. It's just a legit piss take. It really is. It really is just a legit piss take. Anyway, ladies and gents, we go from that to talking about... Let's talk about Moxley. Jon Moxley. And if you haven't listened to this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If you haven't listened to the podcast on Talk is Jericho, he goes in on Vince. He talks about the... He genuinely talks about the creative side of WWE, how it's all Vince's fault, how for 6-7 years, pretty much the same as Jericho, he had to put up with all the garbage crap that Vince was spewing out on him, like put up with all the comedy value of it. Like there was a promo that he wanted to talk about, a pooper scooper kind of thing, using a pooper scooper. Vince even got him to talk about the Roman Reigns, doing a promo on Roman Reigns having leukemia. He did it the first time, didn't do it the second time. Didn't do it the second time. Because they wanted him to do it again, and even though Vince turned around and went, "Oh yeah, he's part of your feud with Seth Rollins. He's part of the story." Ambrose was like, "Fuck that. You know, that's my brother. That's my friend. I ain't doing it. Period." And then the straw that broke the camel's back. I think there was many things that broke the straw that broke the camel's back, quite frankly, and he knew he was out the door. I think when he got put over, I think one of them was when he was feuding, or when he ended up in a feud with what's his name, EC3, and he had no problem putting EC3 over. It's just when he tried to they tried to have him put EC3 over, but it backfired on EC3 because EC3 beat him in 2 minutes. And he wanted to do it again. I wanted him to do it again, lose it to EC3 in 2 minutes. Work that one out. But if you want to listen to the full story, if you want to listen to it, guys, it is 100% worth the listen. It really is. 100% worth the listen. Go and find it. John Moxley. It's on YouTube. I heard it on YouTube. Yeah, just type in John Moxley, Talk is Jericho. Find it. Listen to it and enjoy. It is worth the watch. You probably have all listened to it because it's been talk of the wrestling world over the past week or so since it came out. He rips into WWE. He thanks them for what they've gave him, the platform to be a star and a beautiful wife. He thanks them for that, but he underlines the problem with WWE. Creative. Mainly Vince McMahon. That's the issue with WWE. And I listen to that and I will say, you wonder why CM Punk's no longer in the company. Maybe everything that CM Punk was saying was right. And all you hypocrites out there that saying, oh, he's just whinging and everything. Maybe you ought to listen to this one. Because it sounds like he's went through exactly the same thing that CM Punk went through. And hell, even Jericho went through. Because Jericho's even admitted the time he left was his match with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania being second match on the card. And that was him saying, I'm done. Good night. Because you all know right now, Jericho is a main eventer. He's in AEW and he's a main event. And he's headlining the August 31st show, All Out, with Adam Page. And the winner of that match will be the first AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Who I think is going to win that? Adam Page. I'll be surprised if they go the other way with Jericho on that one, but it's building. They are building Adam Page to be the first champion. You can see it a mile away. But I'll be surprised. Or they either build him to be the first champion or they build him to be a world champion in AEW. But you could see a mile away, that he's going to be the first champion. Will they give it to Chris Jericho? Who knows? I don't think they will, but we'll see. We'll see what happens August 31st. But that's what is going down August 31st. But like I say, guys, get yourself over there. Get yourself on it and watch and listen to what he has to say. Because he shoots the breeze with Jericho. And they were live at his house. I think it was right after or right before Double or Nothing. The whole Double or Nothing thing. And just go and listen to it. That's all you can say, guys. If you want it, I'll try and leave a link. I'll find the link. If I find the link, I'll leave it in the description below. Whether you're watching this or listening to this on YouTube, Facebook, or even Twitch. I put it up as Twitch as a premiere. Just go find it, guys. It is worth the listen. Just worth it. It really is worth it. As well. It's just phenomenal. Right. A phenomenal listen, and I'm glad I listened to it because he really goes in depth to what the problem is with WWE, and it is mainly the creative, booking, and Vince McMahon, because the creative, as he says on the podcast, sucks. I already discussed the Jinder Mahal situation. I'm not going through that again, and like I said, the whole kit and caboodle, the whole 24/7 title is a fucking joke. It really is. An absolute shit stain, piss take. It really is. And I'm sick and tired of it. Why it sucks to be a wrestling fan. I know that. WWE. It doesn't suck to be a wrestling fan at the moment if you're not watching WWE. NXT. AEW, ICW, all them other brands out there. There is life after WWE in terms of wrestling. So if you don't like what's on WWE, watch something else. Watch the other brands. Because I guarantee you'll get a better excitement than watching the main roster on WWE. I can promise you that. As well. So, yes, am I looking forward to Raw this week? Probably not. Am I looking forward to SmackDown this week? It's going to be interesting to see Goldberg on it. First time on SmackDown ever. But am I looking forward to Raw this week? No. This whole thing with I don't know what the hell is going down with this whole thing with Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't be surprised if they made Lesnar cash in and have him face Seth Rollins. That's what the advertised match, that's what was advertised from what I've seen. Lesnar, Rollins at Showdown on Friday. Even though Lesnar's advertised and scheduled to be there. So they will probably do the Baron Corbin match either on Raw or at the following pay-per-view. I could see that coming right now. It will be Lesnar, unless they make it a triple threat, which I don't see happening. Because I know Baron Corbin will get out of the match. If Lesnar's in the match, he'll get out of it because he doesn't want to get his ass kicked by Lesnar. So it'll be Lesnar and Rollins, and whoever wins that match on Friday at the Super Showdown show will be facing Baron Corbin, and it's more likely going to be Seth Rollins. Because at the moment right now, from what I've heard, Lesnar is advertised and scheduled to be at the Showdown. And from what I've seen, it's Lesnar and Rollins for the Universal title. What will happen, you'll have to find out on Raw tonight. But I've got a funny feeling that's going to happen. Undertaker's going to show up, all for Goldberg. Like I said, they should have Undertaker show up on Raw, and then Goldberg confronted him on Raw, and then Goldberg shows up on SmackDown, and Undertaker confronts him on SmackDown. That's what they should do. That's what I would have done. But it's WWE, and then we've already went through the whole kit and caboodle about the booking and everything and how it sucks. And like I say, guys, please, if you haven't listened to the Moxley podcast on Talk is Jericho, go and listen to it. Just go and listen to it. You need to do that now. The minute this is done, the minute you've seen this or whatever it is you are doing, guys, if you're a wrestling fan, if you've already seen it, kudos to you. Go and find it, though. Just go and find it. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when. Just go and do it. You need to do that. As well. You need to go and find it. It's just... I'm just looking to see if there's anything else we could talk about, guys. As well. Don't forget, guys, youtube.com/Games Matter channel if you want to see me rage at computer games and whatever. Mixer.com/Games Matter. Anthony Walker Games Matter on Twitch, twitch.tv/Anthony Walker Games Matter as well if you want to see my GMW shows. We're coming towards the end of the GMW shows, guys, so you better get involved. And not this week, but probably next week is Living for the Glory. So it's a big week for me to prepare for that show as well. So if I'm going out with GMW, I'm going out with a bang. But guys, if you come on there, be respectful and that. Mixer.com/Games Matter, twitch.tv/Anthony Walker Games Matter. And just be respectful, that's all I can ask, because if you're not, you're going to get blocked instantly. So don't come on wasting your time trying to be a troll. That's all I can say on that one. I'm trying to get my website sorted, but the idiots won't get back to me. So the minute I'm done this recording, I'm going to write an email just to see where that goes and everything. I know it's going to go right down the toilet, but just to see where that goes and everything. And hopefully this week I'll be back doing what I do with no ifs, ands or buts about it, more relaxed, more, me. Because I haven't been myself lately. Maybe it's because of the Take That concert that I did at the weekend. which was a ball of fruits and nuts, ladies and gentlemen, for the first part, but it was worth it in the end. It was a successful night, but I don't think there's going to be many people working there, if you know what I mean. But at least from what I've got anyway. But like I say, it was a successful night, and I'm still feeling the effects of it, because I'll tell you right now, guys, my calves, I don't know what's the matter with them, but I'm not walking right. I feel like I've just come out of the boxing training I did before. I tried to do boxing training before, which I got no problem. I'll do training, wrestling and everything like that. But after the very first day, I knew I wasn't ready for a boxing match. And I came out looking like a pregnant duck. I couldn't walk. All the plans after that first training session I did, all the plans I had, and I gave it 110%, and everybody saw it there. But after that, I couldn't walk for 7 days. All the plans I had after that, because I was going to go into town and sort some things out, but I had to put them on hold because I couldn't walk. Literally couldn't walk. Okay, and I wasn't going to walk down the town looking like a complete twat, if you know what I mean. So I had to postpone all that and wait until I was able to walk 100%, if you will. But it, like I said, I felt like it's the same pace. It's not as bad as the boxing, but I felt like my calves have gone down there as well, because I did a lot of work on that night, let me tell you. But yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. But I've always said, if I'm going back, if I'm going to do another concert, we'll have to wait and see. But it was a strain, it was stressful, but, you know, take that, made it worth it at the end. It was all worth it at the end. And that was the whole reason why I'm doing this podcast late, because when I came home, boy, did I feel the effects of it. And then on Sunday, I didn't hardly do anything. I did a little stream. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming on Mixer tonight. I might do it tomorrow. I might do a double one tomorrow. But I might just relax tonight and just play games offline and see what happens after that. Play a few games of something offline and everything, and do some GTA offline and that, and maybe days offline as well. But just be me, just be my normal self tonight and everything, because, yeah. But I'm glad that's over and everything, and now I can focus on what I'm doing and try and focus on the new season as well and get back to normal. Normality is resumed in my life, ladies and gentlemen, and also I've got a big thing coming up a month away now on July the 4th as well, which I have to deal with, family-wise at least. Hopefully I'll be able to deal with it on my own, but I doubt it. I might have to have a word with my brother about something on that one, but we'll see. Anywho, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I think that about wraps this up for this podcast. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. That's the best I could have done today, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. I don't want to make these podcasts long, guys. I might be able to do a 60-minute show before down the road, but like I say, I'm just getting back in the saddle, guys. I'm just getting back into normality, getting back into the groove and everything. It's been 2 years since I did a podcast, and since I've been back, I have done 4 straight podcasts. And like I say, I'm just getting back in the saddle, just getting back into the groove of everything. If you want to work with me, fine, no problem. Okay, just hook me up on the internet. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Mixer, I'm on Twitch, I'm on all the social media sites, even Instagram as well. Tony Walker 1984 on Instagram. My socials should be down below. I'll put my socials down below in the description box if you're watching this on YouTube, or even Facebook, or even Twitch as well. No matter what, I'll put them all in there as well. I don't work with keyboard warriors. If you're going to come on here and be a keyboard warrior and be a big shot and everything like that, don't. Because keyboard warriors are bullies. And I've worked with them in the past, unfortunately. I'm ashamed to say. And it got me nowhere. So that's why I'm back doing my own thing. This is my podcast. What you're seeing right now is what the podcast is. The only way you'll be able to listen to it is if I put it up on an audio site or anything like that. But this is my podcast. My podcast, my rules. You don't like it, don't watch, don't listen. It's as simple as that. Okay? Because I'm not coming back to listen to all the keyboard warriors talk shit. You talk shit on my shows or any of my stuff, you get blocked. Simple. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast, guys. There will be another one. I'll probably do another one after the Saudi show, quite frankly, on Friday. Because the Saudi show, my time, kicks off 7 p.m. And 7 p.m. will probably be 4 hours, so it'll be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might do 2 this weekend. I might do the Saudi show Friday one, and then do another one over the weekend. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm trying to incorporate this back into my balance of what I'm doing. I just wish them idiots that I'm working with, and yes, you are idiots, guys. I'm sorry, but the idiots that I'm working with would get back to me and find out what the hell is going on, because I might have to break away from this. I'm not paying £24 a month for something I'm wasting my time on. It's simple as that. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to get this up and running and everything, get this up on YouTube and all the places it needs to go up on, and then I'll write him an email and we'll take it from there, basically. But enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the weekend, wherever it is you went, whether you watched NXT or whatever it is you did. And if you went to the Take That concert here in Middlesbrough, I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. And until next time, guys, my name is Anthony Walker. This is the Wrestling Matters podcast, where wrestling matters, and it should matter to you, because it matters to me. Okay? Fuck the keyboard warriors. Positive vibes all the way, baby. See you next time. Peace.